And now, from the worlds of BBC Television's Doctor Who, it's the Flashing Blade Live! Hello there, welcome to the Flash and Bloke podcast. I'm Siobhan. Your name has slipped my mind again.
That's okay.
Anyway, let's meet the plucky girl assistant at the moment. It's the Brian.
Hello. Still American.
Joyeux Noël.
Sure.
Bonne année.
Wrong one.
You try and be nice. I don't know. It's just terrible. If you want to know what Lilibet is, she will be here, apparently. So we're opening a
She's
book.
currently gallivanting about without a hall pass.
And her a teacher, too.
Gallivanting. Oh.
Is she cavorting?
She may even be cavorting. She could be lollygagging. Oh.
There's rannery going on.
Shenanigans.
See? Shenanigans, but she turned it into a verb, and I can never say it.
Shenaniganery. Yeah.
Raxacorica thalapatorius. All right.
That's what I named my cat.
I can believe that. So anyway, happy Christmas, everyone. I hope you had a lovely time. We are going to be discussing the church on Ruby Road. So hence the spoiler thingy.
But first, welcome to a very special episode of the Flashing Blade podcast.
Okay,
you have to say that one. I don't know, but it felt right. It's after Christmas, and we're not on Sunday. It's a Tuesday, woman. Good God.
When is Bins? When is Bins?
I don't know anymore.
Oh, God.
It's a Tuesday.
Bait natural. Bait natural.
So many things wrong with this.
Oh, man. I shall complain, you know. Oh, yes. Ah, dear.
And we're not the first to review.
Well, understandably.
Well, still. They had the official Doctor Who podcast review this show.
Oh, already. Yes. Thank you for bringing that up. The official Doctor Who podcast.
Yeah. Hi.
There used to be a show called the Doctor Who podcast. It was a name all the other podcasters had avoided taking because it sounded a little bit... But no, some people took it. And they did a very good job with it. But it's... I remember, I was talking to one of the members of the production team in Cardiff, and I sort of said to him, how about, I'm one of the people who runs the Doctor Who podcast lines. How about an official Doctor Who podcast? Oh, no. There's no need for it. There's plenty of Doctor Who podcasts out there. Mind you, 10 years later,
it's all about the marketing.
It's all about the BBC taking 10 years to get anything done.
And marketing.
To be fair. We have sad news. First of all, the fan Matt Dale has died, which we only found out about today. I didn't know Matt. Or I might have known Matt, but my memory's terrible. I've got to be honest. I'll go up to Hooverville and people who see me every year I forget their name. And, of course, we've lost Captain Yates.
Yes.
Yes, Richard Franklin has passed, leaving just Katie and John Levine. from the era.
The Alpha and the Omega.
So
I'll let you guys decide which one.
That's sad.
Mm-hmm.
That is sad. But, well, this is life. Such is life. Talking of which, we give our love out to Dr. Sinister and especially to his wife. And we give our love out to Spanky because, face facts, no matter what's going on, he's probably needing it. It's Spanky.
He's a tormented little sausage.
He is, the poor child. Oh, dear. Now, we do have a book open on how many minutes into the show it's going to take for a little bit to actually join us. Now, we're currently on, 6 minutes. So, the even betting is 10 minutes 50. That's even money.
I'm going for 4:30. 30 minutes in.
Okay, 30 minutes in. So, right. All right. I don't understand how the odds system works, so you'll probably win anyway.
Yeah. Now, remember, it's closest to without going over, as The Price is Right has taught everyone.
Very well. Very well. Come on down. Yeah. News. Has there been any news? Well, Doctor Who's back in May.
Thank God.
But people are complaining.
We don't have to wait until next freaking fall.
Well, people are complaining it's that late in the year.
Look, right about now, I'm just happy it's coming back within 2024 at this point, okay?
They're filming 2025 series at the moment. So
let them film it.
Let them
film it.
They are.
Let them keep filming it until it's all done.
Oh, until they're just dried husks.
Hey, it worked for Tom Baker.
Oh, with the pickle. Oh, no. Oh, no, I won't have that. Tom still looks brilliant. Not quite himself,
no, I meant
but brilliant.
The series, until he was so sick of the show, it was time to go.
Ah, right.
I've been watching some classic Doctor Who in the meantime.
Oh.
I've gone through season 15.
Homework, excellent. Good season 15. We like it.
Season 15 is brilliant.
Lovely scarf.
Mm-hmm. I'm working on season 16 right now.
I'm
skipping the ones I know we have done to death. Like yesterday, I just rewatched City of Death.
Exquisite. Simply exquisite.
Lots of exterior shots of them running.
Well, yeah, it's a case of, look, we're spending the money. I think possibly the director thought,
does no one care about history?
Introduced an interesting concept, the Braxiatel collection, which became a thing in the 90s in the books and the audios of In Braxiatel. Is he the Doctor's brother? Ooh, we don't know. But there's a connection there.
Well, the Doctor doesn't know his family.
Well, but back then, this is before the revelation of the Timeless Child. So back then, he's just going from one lifetime.
Or could it be his brother as in a fellow Time Lord?
Well, that's what got me about the Braxiatel thing. It shouldn't be brother, it should be cousin, considering the period it was brought up in.
Brotherhood of Man, etc. bullshit, and
you don't know what the Brotherhood of Man is, do you?
Clue. Not a clue.
Stay that way.
I'm working on it.
Just stay that way.
I'm trying.
Save all your kisses for me. Oh, it was a Eurovision Song Contest winner. And right at the very end, after he sung this ode to who you think is a beautiful woman, it turns out the kid's only 3. Not perturbing. No.
Speaking of songs that are not disturbing anyone any longer.
Yes, we need plaudits to be thrown and garlands and whatever. Yes, Brian, sat just over there, everyone. He survived Whamageddon.
I survived the Whamageddon.
I'm so impressed.
Until next year, fellow warriors.
I got caught a couple of weeks ago in a local shop. But as I was saying earlier, sorry, I'm trying to get my camera to be a bit better. There we go. As I was saying a bit earlier, in the lead up to getting whammed, I got so many different cover versions.
Covers don't count.
No, they don't count. But your heart rate still goes up just for a second until the realization hits you. But apart from that one time when I got whammed, I've not heard the actual thing.
That actually happens more than you think.
I'm quite impressed by that.
There have been several dozens of people in the group that they heard the song once.
We're being called out.
And never again.
We're being called out. Apparently, Whamageddon is a wusses game. You need to try avoiding Mariah Carey.
Ooh. Both.
Oh, that's a challenge.
The Mariah apocalypse.
That's a challenge, and
that is a challenge. And I'm just the introvert to do it.
Oh, dear. Yeah, I got to admit, that has helped. I honestly thought I'd get whammed from our local Iceland because his stores are always open and they're playing Christmas music. And before the start of December, I heard Last Christmas on their playlist. And I thought, ha, 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 it's not that time yet. And then I thought, oh, shit, so if it is that time... And I didn't. It was a different shot that got me. Go figure.
I almost got taken out in the aisles of our local grocery store by an enemy agent.
What?
She was disguised as a crone.
Oh, I see.
7 items or less.
Right, yes, go on.
And apparently, she made the lad checking us all out pause, call over a supervisor, and made us wait while they went outside to pick her up some kind of floral display they had. As the time ticked down, I could feel Sir George revving up his vocal cords. But I was lucky.
The
I
tension,
made it out that day.
The tension. Oh, man. Well, you need to rest now.
Oh, yeah.
Quite frankly, you need to rest. Ironically, Last Christmas didn't get to number 1 back in 1984.
It did now, though.
Well, I was about to get there. Basically, the boys turned around and said, don't buy our single, buy Band-Aids, do they know it's Christmas? And that ended up
makes sense.
Number 1. I love that song. Still sends shivers down my spines. But like you say, this year, to save me from tears, it's got number 1. The Goblin song didn't do that well.
The Goblin song beat out Mariah Carey.
Not in the general things, it didn't.
Oh, that's a shame.
We
have to fix that. Russell, you know what you must do.
You nearly killed Davina yesterday, so how about, Mariah Carey? No?
Well, Mariah Carey has been placed back into carbonite for yet another year.
I thought she'd been basically pulled, screaming and clawing back into the pits of hell.
Same difference.
Okay.
Same thing. It's okay.
Righty-ho.
It's all the same.
Yeah.
She's been locked away again until next Christmas when we have to deal with that.
I'd rather not think about it for the moment.
I would rather deal with the demon djinn that came out of the stone from Japan. I'd have to unite the crystal dagger, the golden eye from the Amazon holy woman, and I believe there's a couple more things to put it back away.
Right. Okay. No.
The sad thing is, you think I'm making all this up.
Well, I was about to say, what the fuck are you talking about? Then I thought, oh, you're saying that it's not a real thing. Okay,
that's
fair
a real
enough.
thing.
What?
Yeah. There is actually a couple years ago this happened. I think it was 2021. There's a
remember
stone
that.
in Japan that held a kitsune fox spirit, one of the bad ones,
Okay.
and it broke apart.
Right.
Okay. Previous to that, they had discovered, I believe in Spain, a crystalline dagger.
Right.
And then the news brought up that they discovered the body of a buried holy woman, I believe somewhere in the Mideast,
Okay.
that had a large golden eye. She was huge too, like 6 something. And at the time, that's gigantic. I think there's one other piece of the puzzle that they have to put together.
And how are they connected? Or are people drawing
This is
lines?
the internet. You make them
I
connected.
was going to say people are drawing lines just all over the place because people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They come up with... first was the crystal dagger. Then was the holy woman's eye. You get something else, and then you go fight the boss, which apparently was this Japanese kitsune.
Well, now there's a thing.
Yeah.
I'm doing my absolute best to drag this section of the blade out so that we can
Sounds
joined.
like one of my RPG games.
No, that's just my rampant stupidity. Seriously, boys and girls, if I can't punch it, I'm useless. I really am bad at role-playing. I haven't had a chance to actually... Well, I've had a chance to do some role-playing, with Retta, certainly. Because Retta, one of the few people who can stand up straight opposite me and hold forth. Normally I'm a bit too overwhelming, not with Retta. And we've had some good back and forths, to be fair. I'd like to move on from it, but she's not one for letting things go, is she?
It's a major plot point.
Oh, dear me.
You had plenty of chances to end it. You've skipped them all.
I will go where the winds of time take me.
I'm just saying, if you want it to end, it's on you to end it.
I've already made a couple of peace offerings. There was... What's the use?
That's okay, Lulu.
Yeah, we'll come to that.
Yeah. And now, at this point in the show, is where we watch Siobhan almost die on camera. If this doesn't get our ratings up, nothing will.
Nothing.
No?
No,
Nothing?
Nothing.
Damn.
Right.
Looks like we're relegated to 3 a.m. on public access cable. Still.
And a big hello to all you truckers out there. I suppose we better talk about Doctor Who then.
If we must, we must.
A Doctor Who? I don't know. I've given up. The numbering system has broken me. All right.
The 15th.
No.
However, this is now series 1.
Don't do this. Don't tie those two things together.
I'm glitching here,
Don't
folks.
forget what the series number is. Technically, he's the 17th Doctor.
And technically, this would be series 3.
It's series
Episode 1.
40 or 41.
Well, no. I'm thinking of you
Can't
had
remember
Classic being series 1.
Oh, no. We count a whole lot together.
Okay, how about this? Volume 3.
No. It's all just Doctor Who. I don't need
But
that
why
sort
is
of
it
differentiation.
1, then?
Because it's all just Doctor Who. It's one long story.
Season 1, episode 1, though.
Who cares? Who cares what they say?
Hang on.
You make yourself drunk. I don't.
I can feel the aneurysm coming on.
I don't see it like that. I just see it as one continuing story. I used to sort of go, oh, well, season 19, season 18, season 15, and whatever. And it is a useful reference for the classic series. But I will be honest with you. 9 times out of 10, you give me a series number in New Who, and I'll blank. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Well, that's because we haven't watched it over and over and over and over.
But I don't find it stands that sort of rewatch.
It doesn't. When we did our rewatch of
Tennant, wasn't it? Eccleston and Tennant.
9, Eccleston.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billie Piper, you're a hell of an actress, and I'm sure you're the nicest person on earth.
Exactly. But
We hated Rose.
yeah.
She's not a nice person.
But we make the differentiation between Billie Piper
Oh yeah.
and the Garrett.
Oh, definitely.
We have to say that, isn't it sad?
It is sad. It's very sad.
It presumes we have somebody actually watch. Oh, actually, we may have somebody watching this.
No,
Hello, Tim. This is on
Hi,
YouTube.
Tim.
Hi, Tim. Yeah. So, a Doctor Who is doing some investigating. And there's a plucky girl assistant in waiting called Ruby Sunday, who is foundling. And she was left abandoned outside a church at midnight, the church on Ruby Road. And she was eventually fostered and adopted and whatever. The plot of this doesn't feel hugely important, but I suspect it will become so during the series itself.
Well, that's how Russell works.
I mean,
He likes to foreshadow a lot.
Yes, the mystery woman who we assume is Ruby's mother in the cloak. Who was that? Now people are saying it's Ruby herself, and I say, Aaron
I'm leaning
Blinovich
towards,
would
it's
not.
Ruby herself.
No, Blinovich wouldn't allow it.
However,
QV, Mordred Undead.
I have go
Father-
on. There's more to get to.
Father's
for
Day.
Ruby.
You know? It's goblins.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. Just what an unusual thing to be able to say about Doctor Who. It is something supernatural, which isn't explained. Well, they're time riders, they're called. But they're goblins. And we are heading into the realm. I'm not just saying about last night's episode. I'm saying about the new series. I think Gods and Monsters are back. I think we're looking at going more Graham Williams. I don't mean with the comedy or whatever. I mean with the concept. The Black and White Guardian and the Key to Time and stuff like that.
Oh no, they were destroyed by the whatchamacallit, Toy Maker. Didn't you catch that?
Yes, I did catch that. Key to Time, on the other hand, is still out there. Brain, do working. Come on. Key to Time. I've forgotten exactly what I was saying.
Gods and Monsters.
Gods and Monsters going back. Yes, goblins. I think it's going to be a slightly more supernatural Doctor Who, which is a path.
Term.
It's a catch-all, a lazy catch-all.
Paranormal. Go with paranormal.
All right,
because that at least still has some, or at least sounds something within the realm of possibilities. But supernatural is all.
No, it's an angle that, to be fair, the show's never confronted directly head on. Yes, we've had vampires, we've had werewolves, we've had mummies, but there's always and a demon, but there's always been an explanation behind them. You know, here they're just the only explanation is that they're little shits, quite frankly. Which
And
I'm
they're
cool
hungry.
with. I mean, I'm here for that. I really am here for that. It's a case of this is a nice new direction. Let's see what we can do with that. I know I, like all Doctor Who fans, have made my own plans for the series if I were to become showrunner. And the first series and a half, maybe, would find the Doctor confronting the reality of magic, going somewhere where magic is real, and having to be forced with that reality, accept it, overcome it, and then learn to operate within it.
Well,
All I'm going to say is one word. Merlin. We do the flip
it's
side.
always him.
No, we do the flip side to season 26. At the end of the series, the Doctor regenerates, trapped in a crystal cave, trapped in the ice, the crystals. And all he gets is this beautiful shot of the regeneration energy coming out of the crystals, all diffracted and everything else like that. The next year, there's 2 or 3 different, if you could get away with it without the press being a pain in the ass, there's 2 or 3 different characters you introduce that could be the Doctor, but we're not sure. But I'd end up with the Ginger Doctor, wearing a sheepskin or Afghan coat. My cat's beating up one of my shoes.
I would like to have the Doctor have a bunch of companions with him before he regenerates. And then I would like to have him regenerate badly.
Go on.
As in evil. As in Valeyard. Then I would like to have the companions go off to try to stop the Doctor and get the Doctor back. The problem is with the Valeyard, even when he's being evil, certain things still turn out good. So, I'd still like to see it. I think it'd be interesting as all hell. Have the Doctor be the villain in Doctor Who?
There's a couple of big finishers you could do with listening to.
I've heard them. Yeah.
The Last Adventures for the Sixth Doctor, and also The Trial of the Valeyard.
Yeah. And the one with the Master's good incarnation.
The Lumiat.
Lumiat, yeah. Who keeps trying to do good, but everything just goes to shit.
Well,
which is where I got the idea.
Well, there's the possibility of it. Retcon time, everyone.
We need to have a retcon time.
No, I can't be asked. I'll go back in and edit it in later.
Retcon time.
It could be that when the John Sim Master shot Missy, she didn't regenerate, she bi-generated. Missy is still out there. Sasha Dhawan's master emerged from her in the bi-regeneration. And so essentially, Missy is now the Lumiat, and the master is Sasha Dhawan.
In a tooth.
In a tooth, yes. He was dying.
Just saying.
Ah, dear. Foolish child. Dear me. We've still got one viewer. That one viewer is you, Brian.
Yeah, I know.
Tim, leave a comment down below. Would you like, just like the thing? It's
after 4:30.
Let me know, please. Let me know. Yes, so it is. So
we're 30 minutes in.
No, a little bit. She's been at the Christmas sherry, hasn't she?
I should certainly hope so.
Well,
how do you think I get here?
What possible fun could we possibly have with this? We shall see. Right. So, yes, the church on Ruby Road. Go on, Brian.
I liked it. It was fun.
Yes.
It was fast. It was very fast paced, but most of Russell's are. I like how the Doctor kind of tied them all into probability and coincidence.
Mhm.
And he's right. When you make someone complicated in time, there's more energy there. Because if you notice, when they removed Ruby, removed all the other foster kids,
Oh, yeah.
mother was very dour and angry and bitter. So was the grandmother. Oh yeah, I like that stuff. I like that. It's a wonderful life moment.
That's fair. I only saw that for the first time a couple of nights ago. I'm actually very surprised.
I've yet to watch it.
I'm very surprised at how much build-up there is before George goes onto the bridge. But you need it to see the effects of him never having existed.
I've never seen it.
It's
I really
so
have no intention
sad.
of watching it.
It's all right.
It's kind of right up there with,
It's black and
Citizen
white,
Kane.
Brian. It's black and white.
That too.
Yeah.
But it's right up there with Citizen Kane for me. I
I've
know
seen
the
that
story.
once.
I don't care about watching it. Sorry.
January the 21st, 2024. That's a Sunday. And we've got a show. We're having a show on that night.
Oh God.
And our guests will be Toby Haydock and Stephen Noonan. And we will be discussing Quatermass 2, the TV series, the film, and whatever information Toby can give us. That doesn't impinge on the sales of his book.
I'm just gonna hit the button and just let those two go at it.
Let's wait and see. I think it's going to be interesting. But yes, so we got that coming up. I see the show order is really going well. We need a little bit her stabilizing influence.
Are you saying I'm a creature of chaos?
You'd be upset if I said otherwise.
Not really.
Really? Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Maybe one drink.
More on Ruby and the new Doctor.
Stop calling me a moron. I'm an idiot. I'm not a moron.
This Doctor likes to party.
This Doctor is full of joy
Yes.
and energy.
So, is it joy or is it masking joy? You know what I mean?
Well, he's
Is he
supposed
putting on the
he's
the,
supposed-
the relative smile that we all get during
he's
the
supposed to
holiday?
be all fixed.
Okay.
Tennant's supposed to fix himself, leaving Shooty.
Brings up very interesting questions there.
David Tennant getting fixed. George might appreciate it.
Well, no, like when his Doctor gets himself fixed, does he just merge back in with this Doctor?
Well, I'm thinking a sort of a Watcher thing situation, but we just didn't see it from that point of view. So
don't know.
Tennant's other Doctor just comes in, merges, and Shooty comes out. On
Or
top
Shooty
of the
just
unit.
goes, Shooty's there, Tennant's Doctor is there, they merge, Shooty just keeps going.
Interesting.
Because
That
by
would,
then,
well, that would change the timelines.
No, it
So,
wouldn't.
yes, it would. Because that's not what happened. What happened was Shooty appeared out of the Tennant Doctor.
but he was already fixed.
Yes. So basically, Tennant spends fuck knows how many years in therapy, and eventually gets fixed, and then
Merges back
Hang
in
on.
with Shooty, and then they go forward.
merges back in at the point of regeneration on top of the unit building. We just don't see that, and then Shooty bursts out of him.
I don't think it's going to be
All
that
fixed.
way.
It might not even be explained, to be honest with you. It might just be one of those things.
Well, Russell Davies, he doesn't like explaining things.
I don't know. What did you get for Christmas, Brian?
I got an air fryer. I joined the cult.
Ah, bless him. Oh, you got an air fryer. Okay, what else did you get? Did you get anything good?
I got this lovely Nakatomi Plaza T-shirt, and I got some hot sauces.
Oh, yes. Which apparently are quite edible.
They are really tasty.
You see, this disappoints me. I was hoping when he said he got a selection of hot sauces, they go up to sort of nuclear scorching heat. And
No,
I
these
wanted to do a show of them trying them.
These are very. You want to do an episode of Hot Wings?
I wanted an episode of Hot Wings, but it's more to make you suffer than anything else. Think back to the Prisoner watch along. Mm-hmm. That was just to get you pissed.
Let me put it this way: I have been dousing myself with sriracha, Frank's Red Hot. I have no feeling left in my tongue. See, nothing.
That explains the accent.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to America.
So much solved. Oh, Origin. Sorry. I have found an origin. Bear with me 2 seconds, as I need to bring up the Twitter. I shall take it over to my other screen so you can look at Brian. There we go.
Why?
I'm just doing
Why
this.
Would you do this?
I'm just doing this to make sure that I actually get my facts right, because, again, my memory's not that good. Right. I've got to go down the notifications. And I also need to remember what I was... there we go. There we go. Got it. I've worked it out. Okay, origin story.
Okay.
I basically, on Twitter, I get summoned. If someone says something which I think is silly or foolish or whatever, I get summoned and I slap them with the Unworthy of the Diamond logo. Because you do, don't you?
That's what we do.
Yeah. And I can't find it. But I think in the middle of there was a Twitter discussion.
Is this an origin story for the Unworthy
of the Diamond logo? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to make sure I get the right person. I think it was Graham Kibblewhite.
So while you're looking it up, I'm going to talk
free.
more about how the Doctor is learning the language of ropes.
Right. So basically you're saying the Doctor's learning the ropes on his first day out.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Only he's not that good at it. Anyway.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
Sorry, it's a short rope joke. Anyway, he's learning it as a whole new science, which, okay, I can kind of get that. It reminded me of the Wanted movie back a little while ago, where they had...
Let me do this before I forget. It was Graham Kibblewhite. He did it years and years and years ago for a thing, and then TV Cream used it for a T-shirt, which he's fine about. Okay, you may continue. Sorry. There we go.
They had a loom, and they had
looms,
little
what?
knots that would show up in the fabric, and if they deciphered it into meaning, the universe, whatever, somebody needed to die. I don't get it. But yeah, wasn't all that fond of that. I mean, he did it expertly, but
again, the program's slipping more into the fantasy realm.
Yes, it was definitely fantasy. It was a lot like 40K, where things work because the orcs think they work.
I'm suddenly reminded of a Xena Warrior Princess fanfic by Karen Dunn, Fake Keith on Staggering Stories, where Gabby sits down.
Oh my God.
Goodness me.
Hello. Now, do you have a hall pass, miss?
Just what time do you call
today.
this?
I mean, this may go on your permanent record.
She's frozen, Brian.
Am I frozen?
You're a little frozen, dear.
You're catching up with yourself.
I'm going to
Okay.
turn you up a little bit as well because you're a little quiet. Don't worry, I'll do it my end. For now.
Okay.
There we go, that's better.
I'm on the not quite as good headphone, but it's easier to travel with this.
Oh, the sound quality's good enough.
Okay, good.
Yep, no, quite happy with that. Well done.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm running late. I got a chance to meet up with Sean. And he's usually in Texas. So we were only like 2 hours apart, so we met in the middle. And had a
As
nice
you do.
chat with him, and had a nice chat with him and his mom. But it was just the other side of the Eastern Time, Central Time.
Who's Sean?
TARDIS Tavern, Sean.
Ah, thank you. Right, good.
And so I had to negotiate an hour's time difference either way.
Oh, I hate it. Just doing it for the show annoys me.
Yes, and then factoring in travel, and then I was like, oh, I have to leave, but I'm enjoying the chat, and I'm not gonna anyway. So that's why I'm late.
So, here's Lilibet, the Wonder Girl.
Hello.
You
Joyeux,
can give a much better succinct review of yesterday's episode.
Joyeux
than I
Noel.
can.
I enjoyed it. It
You
was
see?
fun.
You see? Neither of them.
Everybody enjoys it, and it's fun.
I
yeah.
was wishing her a happy Christmas in French.
Yes. Merry Christmas.
There, Lulu.
Oh, we will come to that. Because that's going to be the bane of my life now, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, it
pretty
is.
much.
Continue, do talking.
Thank you,
I
Russell.
wish to
Thank
sulk.
you so much.
I wish to sulk very longly.
That's okay. 32 flavors, and you chose salt.
Bloody Lulu. We will explain. My dragon is called Tarklu in the RPG, which we do every other week.
Uh-huh.
And, however, Retta and Jess call me Lulu, which I hate. Well, which my character hates.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, last night, the baby's called Lulubelle. Lulu
Yes.
for short. You're not allowed to remind them. If they remember themselves, that's fair enough. But if you remind them, Brian,
I'm just saying. Oh my God, your dragon's a foundling too.
we don't know that. We haven't got that part of his history, her history.
I can make rope magic now.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh no, you're going to get coincidence goblins.
The little goblins of paradox and coincidence.
That's a very Russell T Davies thing. You've got to admit, it really is. Go on, a little bit.
Who
What's it?
sing magnificently. We can work them into the musical episode.
A paradox, a most ingenious paradox. I mean, it's already written. It's Gilbert
Yeah,
and Sullivan.
it's
It's
right
not
there.
under. Yeah, it's not under any copyright. Go for it.
So, what did you make of the Doctor Who and the Church of the Ruby Road? Let's have some sense here.
I thought it was really fun. I liked the introduction. I like Ruby a lot. I like that they've left little mysteries. So, who's her mother? Why is there no DNA? What's going on? Clearly, that's her drive to go see, to go travel with the Doctor when she figures out there's time machine happening. So I like that there's stuff. Yes.
Are you at home?
I'm at my parents'.
Right. Okay. That's narrowed that down. Thank you. Continue.
Yes, that's why the background is different. I'm in my
No.
mother's craft room.
The background's the same. We're
No, sir.
still getting that strange bleepy noise when you talk.
Oh, that's
no,
weird.
no, don't fiddle. Just,
I'm not hearing it.
well, that's because you're tone deaf.
No.
I'm guessing.
No.
No?
No, I just
It
can't
only
sing.
happens when Lilibet talks. So It's something to do with the transmission at her end, but I've no idea what. So unless she's prepared to
Yeah,
get a hammer, then
Well, and it's unplugged this time, and I'm on a different mic.
There you go.
and we're still getting that. Beep, beep,
Yeah,
beep,
that's
beep.
weird.
It sounds like a cheap electric alarm clock. Beep, 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 beep. You know, battery operated, Jobby.
Yeah, that's very weird because I don't get it.
If you hear it at home,
Neither do I.
please let us know. If I'm just being odd,
She's having a
Let
senior
us know
moment,
that
ladies and
as
gentlemen.
well.
Just we're gonna
especially
let this go.
if you're accredited. Yes. Did you have a nice Christmas?
I did. We had a nice time with the family and enjoyed. Did all the church on Christmas Eve, so that Christmas Day was just kind of take it at our own speed. I made turkey and vegetables and things.
And the week before, Sunday before Christmas Eve, I went to a carol concert. Well, it wasn't a
Oh,
concert. It was 9
those are
lessons.
always nice.
Well,
Yes,
Paul,
the lessons and carols.
yeah, Paul Simpson was the musical director. I've known Paul for a few years, and he's the man responsible for the weirdest William Hartnell thing I've had to do.
To date.
And so I asked a friend. Surprisingly, she was free. And so we went and did it. Like that. It was lovely. I really enjoyed
Yeah.
it. And it's all the old carols with the descants, which I used to sing as a kid. And we stepped out of the church, which was not overlit, I'm pleased to say. And it's night time, and they've got a huge natural grown fir covered in electric lights. And it was just, yeah, this is perfect.
Yeah. It feels Christmassy properly, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was lovely. I've been wanting to do that for a long time, and I'm really glad we did. So,
Good.
Doctor Who.
Yes.
Did you get anything nice?
My dad gave me a voucher for Starbucks.
Always
So that
good.
will-
Is
yeah,
that
will be
nice?
good. Well, it is because I use it most days.
Oh dear.
Coffee and I are very good friends.
It's got to be an
and,
easier way of doing this. Get one of the permanent cups and just make it at home.
I could make it at home, but I don't actually like hot coffee. So making cold coffee at home is just a little bit of a faff. It's doable, of course,
You do
but
it the night
by the
before
time
and put
I've
it in the fridge.
by the time I've done it, I could just make
Of
them.
course, it's a lot of work too, isn't it?
And then there's the money side of it, and then there's the supporting
Yeah.
an evil corporation.
Well, that is true. I am not happy with their behavior, and I would love, and I do, go to our small local coffee shops, and I would love to do that in the morning, but none of them are open at 5:30.
This is the
When
problem
I
I'm going to
have
have
to
when
go
I
to
move
work.
next year.
We have
You know,
Dunkin's
finding a
up here.
cafe.
I have done. Yeah, I go to Dunkin' occasionally. I don't like their coffee as much. Just a thing.
It's acquired. We used to
Yeah.
have Timbits, but they all closed up rather suddenly. Tim Hortons, Timbits. Hey, Timbits are awesome.
My cat Charlotte is trying to destroy my shoe.
Oh,
That's a brave cat.
Amazing boots. Got them off a Facebook advert years ago. Most
I
comfortable
had to
things
order
I've worn, and they just don't wear out.
Shoes Sunday, so they'll put out. By
New shoes on Sunday.
that. No,
Duran?
no,
No, okay.
it's
By the way, I'd just like to point out I have now finished part 2 of the lyrics competition at the start of this show. Have any of you got an idea of what I've been doing these past few months? Like I say, Google is your friend.
I just Googled it.
Go on.
John Hurt, 1984. Every day.
So near.
Yeah.
So near. Oh dear, if only Lilla had been in at the start of this joke.
What? It's not part of Rogers the musical, is it?
What?
Rogers the musical.
Where did you suddenly pluck that out of nowhere?
It's the Captain America musical
Yeah, but why did your mind go to that?
because it's a musical.
And that's the first thing, when it came to music, that was the first thing that sprang to mind.
No, the first thing that sprang to mind was I want to rock and roll all night and party every day. But Kiss retired, and now they're planning a new tour in 2025, I think. Anyway,
A post-retirement tour.
yeah. Never accept that the final tour is the final tour.
Yeah, they keep using that word, and we don't think it means what they think it means.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Rolling Stones territory.
Mhm.
Somebody needs a new car or something. Maybe a
Yeah.
house.
Yep. There's
Carry
a
on, please,
payment
Elizabeth.
due.
Yeah.
Doctor
Okay,
Who.
so Doctor Who.
Doctor
Right.
Who.
Doctor Who.
Remember?
A long time ago, we started talking. So I liked how they established the new companion.
Yes.
It does feel very Russell T Davies in that we are back with a family, a sort of ordinary kind of family, where they're in kind of difficult circumstances. There's relationships between each other, and they support each other.
Mhm.
And without a piece of that family, or had things gone differently, we see what happened if she never adopts Ruby.
Mhm.
There's a little, just a little feel of how hard she would be without Ruby.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that, because you do realize the consequences of this episode are not the world's destroyed or half the universe is destroyed. It's that this family's messed up, and all of those children she fostered didn't get fostered by her with the love that she has. That's the consequence of this.
It's a
And that
large
Ruby is
consequence.
It's a large
It's a
consequence.
large because the longer that consequence goes in time,
Yes, the
it
more
all
lives that
changes.
affects.
The whole timeline starts getting changed everywhere.
Yes, but it's not, oh no, half the universe is going to blow up because the Daleks are going to do a thing.
Oh no.
It's a person consequence. It's a relationship consequence. And I think that's a really good place to start a new series, and to start with a new Doctor and a new companion.
Talking of
And the
things
new
that
Doctor was
great
a
point.
lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
pick to it.
That's a great point, though. You brought up a great point. The Doctor, he's been a father figure.
Mm-hmm.
He's been a brotherly type figure. He's been a love interest, but he's never had a mom. Think about it.
And now he's as camp as shit.
Ruby's mother pretty much
Yeah.
adopts
I love it.
everyone.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll have to
and
see
the
where that goes, Brian. We'll keep an eye on that.
I think it'd be interesting for him to
Well,
have,
they're returning
a
cast.
motherly figure. No, you're not going out dressed like that, young man.
No, they're returning. They are returning cast members. So
Of course, as they will be, because
Oh,
you
of
have to
course they should
resolve
be.
the fact that they've got a giant crack in their ceiling.
Oh,
now.
that's
And I
That's down-
sincerely
that's
hope
down
when
to
they
the
go
council.
back to the 70s, they see Cherry when she was younger. Because that would be a hoot.
Yeah, and she's a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
And the multi-generational thing, Davies plays really well with all of that. This is things he knows how to do, that we know he does well. And he's just pulling them differently and organizing it differently. But this is, very much stuff we've seen before, just in a new context that we know we like.
did it feel like old RTD, or did it actually feel fresh and new?
I think it was new, but it had enough stuff that I felt like when Chibnall introduced families, I never felt like they felt like families.
Right.
I just think that the way and he didn't do a lot of families.
You had Yaz's. You had a little bit of
A little bit
Ryan's.
with Yaz, a little bit with Ryan, yeah,
And Graham, obviously.
and Graham, and I liked the Ryan and Graham stuff. But they just, when we came across, I don't know, they just didn't. This feels like a family.
Yes.
And I believe that their house is kind of messy, and the fridge is full of pictures, and that she would keep that camera around, and that the grandma is always asking for tea. And
I
joking with them.
approve so much of that.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Yeah, and I love the line of that there are 3 queens up in the attic. ruling over things. Like they're together. And then when you see Ruby's gone and you see the state of the grandmother who
Essentially,
has a name.
turn left.
Yeah. It's very turn left. And I think it's all stuff Davies knows how to do.
Oh, yeah.
But it did feel fresh. It did feel different. And the doctor's energy is very different.
Isn't it? We were talking, I call it joyous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
we were
everybody else...
discussing the energy and how he's the repaired version of the doctor, the healed one. Mm-hmm. But we went into, well, what happens when Lieutenant's doctor?
Yeah, we got a bit murky down.
We got a little sidetracked.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that at some point when
don't do it again. Don't do it again.
Heals and regenerates, he's just gonna merge with Shooty, and Shooty's just gonna go off.
No, he will merge into the 14th Doctor on the unit roof, and then come bursting out of him as Shooty.
I don't really care. I'm glad it got a happy ending. It doesn't matter to me.
The perfect answer.
I wanted him to have a happy ending. That's the doctor who didn't want to go. Mm-hmm. That was the tragedy of Donna.
Yeah, but his last line this time, everyone said it's going to be, "Oh, I'm ready to go," or something like that. It was allons-y, which is, let's go.
Yes, he was, because this is a doctor who's changed.
Mm-hmm.
But he was willing to go.
Oh, poo.
And kind of let go of all of it without healing, I think.
I'm surprised.
And I'm glad he gets the chance to heal.
I'm surprised it went that way. I mean, it had to, because Shooty turned up. Without Shooty, would Tennant's doctor have stopped to heal himself?
No.
There's another wonderful what
he
if.
Couldn't.
Big Finish, it's over to you.
He couldn't. He couldn't stop. He had to keep going because he had to do everything and all at once. And now that Shooty's there, he can stop.
Mm-hmm.
He can relax.
Yeah, I think it's very important. And I think Shooty does bring, and that by doing that, as you said, they've brought a joyousness back to the Doctor's character.
Oh God, yes.
He loves, like, the goblins are so cool and the knots are so cool, and isn't it interesting? Hey, Mom. And isn't it having fun with things? Yes.
Yes, people have parents.
And not we.
Yes. Well, Actually, Mom and I were up until 2:00 in the morning watching Doctor Who. So
bless.
There you go.
Because we watched the Christmas special because I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Before we talked and before I saw Sean, who actually hadn't seen it yet, so that was okay. But I needed to see it yesterday, and so I said, "Oh, you want to watch it?" But they hadn't seen the specials yet.
Oh well, you have to see the specials.
Well, so what we did was we watched the Christmas episode, and then I said, "You're not going to need to see the special stuff."
No, that's why I did that. Yeah. I mean, the specials were fine, But,
it's fine. I was like, but there's a new doctor. That's what you need to know.
That's the jumping up.
The doctor the doctor's regenerated. But Mom's the one who introduced us to Doctor Who anyway, so she understands that. So, we watched the Christmas special, and then she really enjoyed that. They both really enjoyed that. And so she's like, "Oh, I want to see the specials." And I was like, "Okay, you need to understand that we're actually going back to the Doctor who was before this one, who's David Tennant, who's wearing the 10th Doctor face, but isn't really the 10th Doctor. Are you okay with, like...
See what I mean about the numbering? Do you see what I mean?
Wibbly wobbly timey wimey. Like, are you okay with the fact that this is going to happen before what we just saw? And it's going to lead up to what we just saw. And we'll do 1, 2, and 3 in order. And she's like, yeah, I'll be fine. And she was absolutely fine. And she watched when it was Tennant and Tate, so she knew all of that stuff. She had a hard time. They both had a hard time with the last couple of seasons. They had a hard time following it. They had a hard time with her accent. They had a hard time with those seasons. The writing.
Everybody had trouble with the writing.
So, but these, no problem at all. and they both really enjoyed them. Dad watched the Christmas episode and the first one with us, and then he went to bed. And Mom and I started like the second one at 11 o'clock at night. So it's really fresh
11
in my
o'clock
head.
at the night on Christmas Day, I'm guessing a
Yes.
few sherbets were had. And you go into...
No, we are.
You did it sober.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, that would be fascinating to see the reaction to Wild Blue Yonder, pissed as a fart. First time watching it. What the fuck is happening? It's, you know...
No,
That's when the deformation is just normal.
Yeah, that's just what happens. No, we really enjoyed them. So, it was kind of fun rewatching that with someone else because I knew I hadn't given that last special my full attention, and it was nice rewatching it properly in the dark, and enjoying it. And there was stuff that I hadn't caught the first time. But I really liked the church on Ruby Road. I like that the goblins were weird and creepy, and I kind of hope they're a one-off thing.
Oh, interesting. Why?
Because they're not complex villains.
Well, no, they exist to be little shits, as I said earlier. Yeah.
The
But
idea
it's
that
Christmas Day, they didn't need to be.
Right, exactly. I didn't want them to be complicated. I wanted them to be bad guys. Like, if you're eating babies, you're on the level of bad guys that it's totally fine that the doctor spikes you with a church spire at the end of the episode. Like,
Yes.
it's totally fine. You're not complicated. You're not, like...
This is starting to become
They're the
a
goblin
recurring
personification of
meme,
fat bastard.
quite
The
frankly.
spiking?
Yeah, because the Clockwork Man got spiked, and we don't know if he jumped or if Capaldi pushed him. Now this. Is this a new trope for the
It's also
Doctor?
a way to... They kill Disney villains. Like, it's what happens to Ursula in Little Mermaid. She gets
Jodie
killed in the
Whittaker's
same...
a Disney princess.
Of
I'm
course.
just saying.
So is Shitty Gatwa, for that matter.
I was about to say, so is Sylvester McCoy. So is William Hartnell.
Yes, and I don't think he'd take kindly to it. Thank you very much.
Saying nothing.
But yeah, this was fun. It was definitely a Christmas episode, which is what you expect.
On Christmas Day. Strange that.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it was a
you were
fun...
heading into tautology area. I just wanted to use a big word, sorry.
You got the feeling of, okay, there's a very simple bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
You're introducing characters. You're getting to know everybody. Mm-hmm. The story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And while there's some plot threads dangling about the companion and about her family and the situation and stuff, the story feels complete. And you can finish it going, that was good. I really enjoyed that. And move on.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch the post-credit scene? Or the mid-credit scene?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. That was interesting.
Who is Mrs. Flood?
She's awesome. That's who she is.
How does she know what a TARDIS is, and why did she break the fourth wall?
She's been living in London all her life. How can she not know what a TARDIS is?
Well, that's true. It does keep appearing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, because the first reaction we see, she doesn't actually recognise the police box as the TARDIS.
Right.
But the first time she realises, the TARDIS dematerialises, and you see her in the background dropping her shopping in shock.
Yes.
Maybe
But
she's
after
part of
that-
Wilfred's Grey Brigade.
That's
Maybe.
could be.
I mean,
could be.
everyone on the internet's going, it's either Susan or it's the Rani, because every female character in Doctor Who
It's the
is the
Rani.
Rani or Susan.
Everyone
until,
is, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And people are saying River Song because Mrs. Flood is River Song.
I just think he
River,
likes
pond,
water
flood.
names. Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's too obvious.
Yeah, and also doesn't make sense with the timeline. Why would she be an old lady?
But again, the breaking of the fourth wall.
But it's a Christmas episode.
Yeah, no. Incidentally, happy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's got something to do with the toy maker.
Could.
Because his legions are coming, or whatever it is,
Right.
or the one who waits, or whatever it is. I don't know what all the foreshadowing is properly yet. And so someone who can break the fourth wall, like that, sounds like the sort of character
Who might be a
from more
legion.
fantasy, So, who knows? Anybody got any
Well-
thoughts on that?
Well, when she first accuses the guy of putting the neighbor, who she's never liked,
No.
of putting the TARDIS there, you wouldn't assume, like, if you saw a box on the street, you wouldn't assume your neighbor put it there, right? You'd assume the council put it there, right? Or the somebody official put it there. You wouldn't assume an individual who lived nearby you put it there. So the idea that somebody could put it there, a person, it is interesting to start with. I mean, it's a good joke,
Yeah.
but it's interesting to start with that that's the assumption she makes. You put that there, you parked that there.
So are we saying that between that moment and the ending, something must have occurred to make her aware?
Possibly. I think also maybe in the changing of the timelines, maybe something happened. And maybe now she knows something that she didn't know before.
Or it could just be that one lady on the street who seems to know everything.
That's true.
We'll-
But
Every
she
street
does
has one.
call it. She does call it a TARDIS.
Mm-hmm.
And breaks the fourth wall, but which is very rare for anybody other than the Doctor to do.
And wishes Ruby good luck, knowing
well,
that
she knows the mavity of the situation.
yes, and
She
that's
does know the
back hasn't
mavity of
been.
it.
That's still going, mavity.
I'm waiting for that one. That's going to be a good one.
Are they going to address it, or is that just going to be a running gag?
I hope a little bit of column A, column B.
Yeah, I don't necessarily need an address to that. We know why.
Mm-hmm.
They went back and they changed history. It does give us a constant reminder that that when you change one thing, it filters out.
Well, the thing is, gravity as a word makes sense from the Latin, etc., whereas mavity makes no sense at all. So, look at the word derivation, Brian. You'll see what I mean.
No, thank you.
Oh,
No,
right.
thank you. I'm fully aware of the mavity of this all.
I don't like you at Christmas.
You don't like me? Not at Christmas.
So that's what you call consistency.
Uh-huh.
Just say. So, bottom line, did we enjoy it? Is that a thumbs up? What is it?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's definitely a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Just the single or not, or a double?
Well, it was.
Yeah.
We'll go with double. Hey,
I'd
this
rewatch
doctor
it.
can actually sing.
That's true. My mom did say, "Oh, it looks like now to be a doctor you have to be able to sing and dance."
Apparently, there's going to be a bit more of that sort of thing in the new series.
I hope so.
I'm so there for it.
Yeah.
I am.
I think it was fun because it was clearly a distraction.
Oh yeah. Plot-wise,
yeah.
it made sense. That's
And
what I
I
liked
just want
about
to give a shout out to Shooty's glued-on mustache. It held on very well.
Nick Courtney's mustache always used to be glued on.
Well, it's mainly because, he was playing a teenager before this. So
Yes.
they glued on a mustache because he couldn't grow one in time.
Bless him. All right, so the church at Ruby Road. Success, I think. Great launch for a new Doctor who hit the
I do
hit
want
the
to see
gra-
more
hit
of
the
this
roof
new
running.
Sonic.
I don't like it. I don't like it. It's what are you doing? What? No, just stop. You got all that money out of people for Tennant's new screwdriver for 3 stories,
Yes.
and then you've now come out with something else, which looks
Have you
awful.
missed that most of this money is put up by Disney?
I know, but I just think it's I don't like the design of it, and there's a certain amount of cynicism. They didn't need a new sonic screwdriver so readily.
Well, Tennant got his. Like, Tennant still has his. So
Yeah.
the new Doctor
So they
needed
did
a
need
new
a
one.
new Sonic. And this one looks like a flip phone.
It does
Have you
look like
noticed
a
that?
flip
Yes,
phone.
I know.
But I do like that the Doctor used it for the sort of things, basically like to get doors open.
Yeah.
Or to do stuff that, like, I don't need time in the script to figure out how to get this door open.
I can't
Sonic's
affect this.
it
Why?
open.
There aren't any screws. It's a screwdriver.
Right.
I don't want to see it starting to be the magical wand thing again.
Yeah.
Wouldn't like that.
It doesn't
And
affect
I
wood,
like
don't worry.
the gravity gloves. That was fun.
That was fun.
That was
The
cool.
Mavity gloves, I think.
The Mavity
Yeah,
gloves.
Gravity
Yes.
gloves.
Yes.
Put all the weight right in the glove.
Mm-hmm. And then reverse the polarity of the glove.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was fun. And I mean, it was a lovely example of Chekhov's gun, quite frankly. Introduced in the first or second acts. It's pivotal to the finale.
But
So,
remember, it only had 3% power.
he still did it.
Yes.
Well, 3% is 3%.
The murdering git. Sorry, did I say that?
Hey, I'm just happy that they killed off Fat Bastard Goblin.
That's his name, is it? Fat bastard.
All I could think of every time he's on there was, get in my belly. I ate a baby.
Oh dear God, you're
As I said
talking about
horribly, and I apologize to all
Austin
Scots.
Powers. I hated that character so much. With
Fat bastard?
such loathing. Yeah.
Yeah,
hated
you're
it.
supposed to hate him.
No, I hated
He's a
the
bad guy.
I hated the performance. I hated the whole concept of him. I just no, take it away, please. No. Any other
Well,
fat
don't worry.
bastard?
This one gets skewered by a church.
There was a tweet earlier today from a church saying that their steeple's slightly higher or slightly sharper. Can they get insurance, goblin insurance?
Well, you know, sometimes you need it.
Oh, quite. So we're waiting until May for the new series.
It's a long time.
It is. It is.
It's so much better though because it's not 2025. It's not fall.
Yes.
It's May.
Yes, that's true.
The
I mean,
problem-
I would prefer it be like March.
So
I
would
would too, but
for practical reasons, because in May the Football European Cup gets played, and the schedules go all over the fucking place.
Oh, I don't care about the football.
Yeah, well, I know,
like,
but it will
I
affect
don't mind-
Doctor Who because we don't know when it will be on.
no one because
It'll
it's
be moving
Disney.
around all over the place. Yeah, you're Disney. We're not.
I don't understand why you wouldn't just say, like, I like watching football, and certainly I had to. But I don't
Oh,
understand why
dear.
they just don't say, like, all right, so that match starts at 5:00 or whatever. We're gonna put Doctor Who on at 4:30 or 4 before the football starts.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna show it on a day that they're not having football.
That's the problem. We don't mess
Or
Doctor Who.
stick football in
We
another
don't
channel.
mess Doctor. Oh no, that would never happen. Sadly.
Why not?
Because
Like-
it's football.
So what?
Football rules everything.
It's the footy.
Well, I get it, but it's just like move it around, like the
they-
Olympics.
they-
Stick it on a bunch of
They
different channels.
will move Doctor Who around, and that will damage it.
I don't understand moving things around. Like
Everything
wonder-
stops for sport.
well, I get, but they move it around anyway. They go like it's gonna be 8:27. It's gonna be like put it at a time. It's always on the
They
same time. on the same
I
day.
wonder if they tweak it a little bit.
It was even
just,
on earlier on
because
Disney
of the
on Christmas.
because
It was
depending
at,
what's coming up on the
5:55
opposite
instead
channels.
of,
I just don't like if you want to build an audience, put it in a very predictable time at the same time on the same day all the time. Saturday 8 p.m. Boom, there you go. Every time. That's
Too
when it's
late,
on.
7 p.m.
Whatever. Like just pick a time,
For the
put it
kiddies.
there, leave it there.
for the kiddies.
Bam.
Mhm.
And I don't understand moving it around. It doesn't make any sense to
Well,
me.
like I
That's
said,
not how you
don't-
build an audience.
The schedules, unfortunately, everything will be up for grabs because the football will come first. So everything's going to be not flying everywhere. It's like you're throwing I don't know, a bowling ball down, and it's done a complete strike. And it's
You know that's gonna like they. I don't know. I know I'm arguing with people who agree with me, but like, when football matches are going to be played. Like, months in advance when they're going to be played. You might not know which teams are playing, but you know when those things are scheduled. So schedule it. Be organized, people. It's not that hard.
Have you ever considered moving to Cardiff?
I just don't understand why it's this complicated.
Basically, Wolf Studios
Get it together.
common sense person.
Yeah, they don't let me be in charge of a lot of things.
That's what we need. The official office of common sense in
Yeah.
every corporation, in every government.
Brian,
We're not doing that. I
Brian.
don't care.
we've got a minister whose portfolio is for common sense, which is basically getting rid of wokeness over here. It's one of the latest ministerial appointees.
Yeah, that's
That's
not what common
okay.
sense means.
A presidential candidate told all his enemies in an official tweet to rot in hell.
His Merry Christmas message was,
Rot in hell.
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, love to the family. Can I recommend, if you are still on the Twitter, or X or whatever. Anyway, follow Exploding Heads. It's a fake sports podcast, which you don't really need to know much about football itself. It's the characters and what they say that are the funny things. But they also do this other thing of a radio phone-in, with Colin from Portsmouth phoning in every week, who is your typical right-wing, ill-educated, gets all his opinions from the newspapers and whatever, and Talk TV and GB News sort of character. And he goes off on tirades which make no sense. And then right at the end he goes, love to the family. Love to the family, Colin. It's you need to hear it. I've been retweeting them on Twitter, so follow at Show Gallichon. Or put in the Padre. So, yeah. Why was I talking about that?
I don't know. You got very excited.
There was a tangent.
Yes, it happened.
Tangent happened, didn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
It's
It
not good.
sneaks up and ambushes you, possibly goblin related.
It is definitely goblin related.
To people in
They
America,
keep changing the timelines and, making accidents.
people outside the UK, let's
Or
be fair.
Davina McCall.
That's what I was about to explain. Davina McCall is a very well-known television presenter over here. She was the face of Big Brother for donkey's years. I've only seen her do acting twice. In the first one, it was a Charlie Brooker piece called Dead Set, in which the Big Brother house gets overrun by zombies.
Saw that.
And it's good. And then this, in which she nearly gets killed by a Christmas tree. But Davina McCall, who did not die...
Yes.
But she's a very popular presenter over here. She's not an actress per se, but and yes, she's the person who voiced the Davina droid in Bad Wolf. The
I think I knew her from Coupling, where they talked about her.
Oh,
I think
I
that
haven't
was
seen
my
Coupling in a
reference
long
for
time.
her.
I missed
Yeah.
Jeff's insanity. Jeff's
I
insanity
actually
was just...
think that the reason that she couldn't find any evidence of Ruby's parents is because they weren't born yet.
Ooh, so who's
But
the
she's from
cloaked
the
figure?
future.
Like I say, the trouble is we hit Mordrin Undead, Blinovich, and
I'm
Father's Day.
thinking the cloaked figure is actually Ruby bringing herself
That's
back
what
to
I'm
the
saying.
church.
The problem is we've had it established that
Yeah,
characters
but
split apart in time can't touch each other without catastrophic consequences.
Well, but that was before Gallifrey came back.
Mhm.
Father's Day. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But now
Mordrin
Gallifrey is
Undead.
back.
Mordrin Undead, the Time Lords are in the heavens, and there's a huge discharge of energy. Zap, basically. It's been established that two time-separated iterations of the same person cannot touch each other without there being at least some sort of energy discharge, or a temporal rupture, or whatever.
Rose,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
when she went back in time to save her parents.
Yeah, but
her
that's what I'm
father.
saying. As soon as she touched the baby, she fucked everything up. You know, if the TARDIS get wrecked, the Doctor got swallowed up.
Yes.
Because Rose.
They can do what they want. I'm not that worried.
Yeah.
I like the idea of
It's a bit obvious, though, isn't it?
Of what?
The fact
It is
that
a bit obvious.
Ruby
and,
putting herself there.
It's not going to be the bit obvious one, but
No, I don't think Ruby put herself there. No, I don't. Because if she did that, she would have known about the whole goblin thing.
she knew the Doctor stopped them.
Right. But you wouldn't just leave them. You'd wait until you saw
Why not?
him. Because you wouldn't.
Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, knowing something happens, and I mean, just like he didn't say, well, I know that she gets taken in, so I'm going to walk completely away and get back in the TARDIS and leave that baby outside in the snow. No, I'm going to wait and hide and make sure she gets taken in.
So
You
perhaps
wouldn't
that's
just-
why the hooded woman doesn't bother looking back. Because she knows it's okay. She's been told.
Yeah,
Just do this. Don't look
Possibly.
back.
possibly, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I don't think it's her. I think that would be too obvious and also
I agree.
weird.
I agree.
But I like that it's a mystery we don't know, and that it's a mystery we don't know and we care about because we like Ruby. And Ruby wants to know, so we want to know. It isn't a mystery we need to know because the universe is going to shatter. It's
or
a mystery.
is it?
Yeah, it's not. She never finds out. All that happens is she already has a loving family.
Stop reading other stuff, Brian.
I'm with it. I'm listening.
I can see the reflection in your glasses.
At least you can't see what it's reflecting of.
I know. I don't want to. I really, really don't want to. It's a bad thing. Bad thing.
I think that having low stakes for everybody, having the stakes be stakes for a character and we care because they care, matters, because that's what the show is ultimately about. And that's actually, I mean, that's what we just finished with the David Tennant show. This is why he fought his battles, so that the family could be together, that people could enjoy each other's company and be safe. Like, that's what this was all about. So bringing her back to that family, reuniting that family, her adoptive family, and then hoping, like, the Doctor doesn't know that that's why, theoretically, the Doctor doesn't know that that's why she came and found him in the TARDIS. Right? She hasn't said, hey, I came to follow you because I want to know.
She
Well,
will.
somebody say something.
She will
Yeah, I
eventually.
think she will. She might even between episodes.
Yeah.
But she didn't say. But the Doctor knows she's going to follow because he's posing.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He knew that was happening. He left that door open on purpose.
Yes, and it's how cool can I look? It's very Ford Zaphod Beeblebronx, right? What cool position can I be in when they walk in?
Why, hello there. I wasn't expecting you at all.
Exactly.
Ford, hey.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good.
Say Ford.
Apparently,
hi,
one of the
nice ship.
episodes is them going back to the 70s. And they get to dress in period costumes and stuff.
It's the 60s, and it's the
60s.
Beatles. The Beatles
Oh,
are going
good.
to be there. What could possibly go wrong?
The
It'll
Masters,
be
if
hard
you're watching them on
day's work.
television.
They're going to change all the music.
I know.
it.
I know.
Love Slavers one.
Right then. Well, I suppose we need to know what we're doing on the next show, don't we?
Yes.
Well,
I
we'll be
suppose. Now,
reviewing
what-
the Beatles'
When-
new album, The Pink Submarine.
Okay. I need to do some thinking. Oh, where haven't we been for a while?
I'm looking at my calendar to see what day. That is the 2nd. That would be the Sunday is what, New Year's Day?
7th.
New Year's Eve?
Sunday's
No,
the
Oh,
it's-
and in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks,
yeah,
right.
So
Yep, so the 7th. Okay.
Yeah, 7th. How do you fancy doing Underworld? Series 15, Tom Baker and Leela.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, okay. Anything else?
Remember, the quest is a quest.
Oh!
I told you I watched season 15
You
already.
did? Well, that perfect timing then.
Mhm.
Okay, that's good. Right,
All
what else?
CGI all the time.
Trouble is, I can't remember what else we were looking at.
Kolchak? Are we going back to that, or are we done?
I think we're done, aren't we?
No, we're not. We haven't finished it, but we can be done if you want.
Oh, I don't know yet. I need to think.
There are still episodes left.
But because I hadn't been on for a few weeks.
Yeah.
Life had gotten busy. And then were you done
Do you
with
mind if I-
Hitchhikers?
Oh no. No,
Yes.
no.
Yes,
No,
we
got
were.
Hitchhikers.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Yes, we were.
We were?
Yeah. Yeah, we finished them out, didn't you? Don't you remember?
Good try, Brian. Did you not? You're not enjoying it?
I hate it.
Really? Well, I never. Well, it takes all sorts.
It does. Kolchak, I believe we left off with Legacy of Terror, episode 17.
I must watch it on the iPad then.
There's only 3 episodes left.
Oh, well, in that case, we've got to finish that off.
Yeah.
Big finish. Give me a second. Just give me a second, and what I'll do is I will.
Oh my! Who's using Chrome?
Auntie. Big finish. Pop. And now we wait for it to occur.
Yes. Well, that big finish will work nicely because I have a lot of long distance driving coming up. So I'll have time
There
to
you go.
listen.
Okay, got some choices for you. I've got one which, to be honest with you, I'd like us to do, but there's quite a bit. 8th Doctor Adventures in the Bleak Midwinter. The War Doctor Begins, Enemy Mine, which is the last of the War Doctor Begins saga. That's the one I'd like to do. 11th Doctor Chronicles, Everywhere and Anywhere. Starring Jacob Dudman. There we go. Rani Takes on the World, Revenge of Wormwood, Sarah Jane Smith Adventures spin-off. And that's it at the moment. Do you fancy the War Doctor Begins? Enemy Mine, she said, hopefully.
That's fine. I don't remember listening to any of the others, so I would be coming in cold, but we can give it a shot.
Okay.
Well, it's a good thing because it's War Doctor Begins.
That's
and
true.
it's the end of it. So
I assume that it's like Batman Begins,
Yes.
and then Batman continues, and then Batman
with
goes
less
to the
of
shop.
a grizzly bear playing the title character.
I always felt that, the boy could sing. He really should. It should have been a musical. It should have been, I'm brooding on the rooftop and I'm here to save you.
My parents are dead.
Yeah, exactly. It would have worked,
I can't remember what I'm doing. That's lovely.
Christian Bale was in Newsies. He can sing and dance.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I've remembered what I'm doing.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Nobody knows. We don't know.
Right.
This is where in the script it says Auntie does stuff.
There's a
Uh-huh.
script.
that we just don't know what she's doing.
Things happen.
I need to upload. Upload. Right click. Nothing.
Upload where? To what?
Gmail. But I can't see a way of uploading. It's.
We now introduce the technical difficulties portion of the show.
Hello. I'm a
Right
technical
on schedule.
difficulty. I'm a technical difficulty. Bollocks, where did that go?
You know, the upside of this Christmas episode is that you can constantly now, when you're annoyed with things, go, goblins!
Just a minute. I'm going to take care of this.
Okay,
Oh, dear.
I think I've done
Need
it.
this anymore.
I think I've done it.
Have you overcome the goblins?
I've done it! I've done it because I has the clever.
Oh, God.
Well done.
Thank you. Oh, dear.
Yay!
Jesus, that was difficult. I've been away from it too long. Now is the time of year for ghost stories. And so I put on the Thaco Gaming General Channel. Come and join me. You know, we can hang out and I'll even read you a ghost story. I was going to do The Signalman by Charles Dickens. Not a single person replied. So I've been alone all this Christmas. You're the
We
first
weren't
people
around.
I've spoken
We were-
to.
You know, doing stuff.
No, let me blame you for this, please.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. It's been a bit lonely. But
I'm sorry.
life's like that, isn't it? Might be different next year. Have to wait and see. Oh, for God's sake.
You can have a party at your new crash pad.
I don't do parties. Because I
A small get-together.
was heading towards
cheese
soiree.
board.
I might invite somebody around. I don't know.
You could have a literary salon.
The way that I've
Ooh.
got the house planned in my head, even though I haven't bought or even looked at a house yet, I've looked online, and I
That's
know
how
what
house
I
hunting
know what I want. I want a separate lounge and dining room. The lounge has an open fire, and we'll have leather wing-back armchairs. The dining room, that's the TV and music room. Then you got the kitchen. And then upstairs, my room, a computer room, and spare room. Hopefully. I'm hoping to get a 3-bedroom place, so I have to wait and see. It's got to be a while
Well,
yet.
and
though.
you'll have to think about whether or not you actually want to manage stairs.
I'm looking at getting a stair lift.
Ah, okay.
Don't laugh.
Oh, well,
That
okay.
fits that nicely.
Don't laugh.
that case,
It's
yeah.
a serious thing.
Well, no, that's what I was thinking, because stairs
Why
are
are
difficult.
you trying to make me drink?
Sorry. Oh dear. Right.
Every
okay.
time there's an eye. Oh, thank God I'm
There's no I in team. Dear me. So have you had a nice Christmas, you two?
Yeah,
Everything else has been
yeah, it
pleasant.
was nice.
It's fine.
It's mellow, quiet, but enjoyable.
Well, I'm glad you were able to make it for the seat. Well, of course, you don't celebrate Boxing Day like we do. I'm still not entirely certain what Boxing Day is about, if I'm honest with you.
Well, I
Just the
understood
day after
that
Christmas Day.
That it was the day you gave the servants their boxes after working so hard for Christmas. They get the day off, and they got their boxes in their time. That was
I
my
will look. I will look into this,
I thought it's when
just in
everybody
case
aired their
it's something
grievances and
Dave
got
may
in
have
the
told
ring.
you.
No, I saw that ages ago.
Because you know what he would have been like. He would have quite happily told you the most outrageous thing.
Well, yes, but something like that would have then been followed by quite the tirade about,
What?
inequality and foolishness.
We've got another watcher person.
They're called viewers.
That's it. But I don't know who it is, because we've got the bots there. Hi, bots.
Is it the usual bots?
Mark yeah, he's normally around. Donk 7, I think I've seen before. Zombie Wolf is a constant thing. The other ones haven't really impacted on my consciousness. So that's really working for you guys. That's nice, isn't it? Ah, dear. Say hello if you're real.
Perhaps this is how they train the AI.
God almighty. What sort of AI would they end up with?
Well, exactly. You could poison the pot from the very beginning.
Oh my God, I'd love to do that. I would love... Right, okay. Thank you, Brian. Do you know, I can't remember what we were talking about. The books. The novelizations of the David Tennant
Oh, yes.
stories.
Oh,
They are
yeah.
out on Kindle and whatever. I, however, am a traditionalist and I'm waiting till January for the paperbacks. But I wouldn't expect too much from them. Extra detail or whatever. They're Target books.
Okay.
It would be nice if the TARDIS made a wheezing, groaning sound.
It would be delicious if the TARDIS made a wheezing, groaning sound. I believe
That
it's
is
the
not
law.
light that was too bright. Let's try that
It's
one.
like
That's
the phrase "vwarp vwarp," which first appeared in an early issue of Doctor Who Monthly. I think it was the one with Meglos on the cover. I could be wrong, but a comic strip called The Collector, and the TARDIS over 3 panels materializes on a pavement, sidewalk, and
Yes, 'cause
to
you
the
walk.
vwarp noise for the first time, and it stuck, and it's always been vwarp ever since. Even though vwarp doesn't really sound like the TARDIS, there's no real proper onomatopoeic phrasing of. Oh, Jesus, that was difficult. Onomatopoeic phrasing of it, but except for possibly groaning, wheezing.
Yes.
So.
But that leads very nicely into your promo for Vorp Vorp, doesn't it?
Why, yes, it does. Thank you very much. You'll get extra jelly beans for that. Well, that was really nicely done. I'll take. You can have Brian's lot. He doesn't deserve it. Look at that face. Look at that face. Look at it.
I also have my keychain is here. I took it out. I have my little
Oh,
Darling.
ooh, that's not painful in the pocket.
keychain.
I gotta give
Well,
him-
he's lost his eye stalk at some point, and
Yeah.
the plunger fell off,
God.
and poor thing is a little worse for wear.
I got given a diamond logo keychain for Christmas,
Oh, lovely.
and I was very happy with it.
Excellent.
It's good stuff. What was I saying about something we were going to do?
Vorp Vorp.
Vwarp!
Warp.
Warp. Well, it's being posted out. I got my copy. Yes, I'm on the DVD. The free DVD you get with issue 6 of Warp Warp, which I think is warpwarp.co.uk. There's so much goodness in the magazine, it's ridiculous. It's mostly based around the dawn of Doctor Who because it's celebrating the 60th anniversary of An Unearthly Child. There's various things on the DVD. There's the wonderful adaptation of A Meeting on the Common, the opening chapter to David Whittaker's Doctor Who in the Daleks novelisation. That stars the new boy. I'm in a Telesnap. I'm in a Teleslap reconstructed interlude in Totter's Lane with Peter Purvis, in which we bugger up continuity completely. I still wish I'd recorded "Oh, bollocks" for the end of it. But, then there's Doctor Who as if made by Hanna-Barbera. And it's called We Flame to Please. And I desperately want to do more. I really do. because oddly enough, not during this, but for the trailer I did afterwards, I found the character. I got the voice right. And I want to do more of it now because it's daft as a brush. There's also about a 90-minute interview with Waris Hussein, Doctor Who's first director. I think it's 90 minutes. I haven't managed to get that far myself. As well as the introduction to Doctor Who Bill Hartnell did as himself for the radio. Hello, my name's William Hartnell, and blah, 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 blah. That's Warp Warp number 6, which you can get from warpwarp.co.uk. Or possibly just warp.co.uk. No, I think warpwarp.co.uk. Anyway.
If you search it, it will come.
Yes. So you'll get me and Noonan on the same media. It's a worry. And one day
Now,
I'll tell you all about that.
what happens if you two touch? Is there some sort of massive spark of energy now that you're
No.
Well,
from
we
different-
can find out on January 21st.
No, because I'm obviously more like the First Doctor than he is, so he doesn't count.
dangerous waters?
This is going to be a throwdown on the 21st, folks.
It's never going to happen. The pair of us are so comfortable where we are that, I mean, we might take the mickey every now and again, but it's cool. It's given me a chance to just back off from it. Mm-hmm. You know, which I mean, I turned somebody down. Is it Doctor Who Infinite? Wanted me to voice the First Doctor, and I was going to go and do it, and I suddenly thought to myself, no, I found reading, doing reading out loud for Pseudopod a couple of months ago. I actually found that rather testing on my body. Let's put it that way. I seized up and etc. because it was a long thing, and I thought to myself, it might be an idea if I take a step back now from doing stuff like that, unless they pay, which isn't unheard of, or it's somebody, a good friend. Mm-hmm. I'm semi-retiring the Hartnell. Plus, I think I've lost it. If you listen to the thing on Warp on the DVD, I know this isn't going to sell it very well. I don't think I've got it right. I think I've drifted too far off. I don't hear it at all. Admittedly, the script didn't give me a huge amount of time of scope to do the ups and downs of a proper full-on Hartnell performance. It's a more solemn piece. But I'm semi-retired now. The new boy can take over. I'm all right with that. I am secure in my knowledge.
The clock starts ticking until you do follow a farewell tour at Take Two, as referenced earlier.
Right. Okay, we're heading back towards the Rolling Stones, aren't we?
Yes.
Yes. I remembered something.
Well done.
Yay!
Medal.
You can have a sticker. If you're very lucky, it will be Scratch and Sniff.
Now, I want to do more of those cartoons. I just found him, and I'm about to walk away from him, and it's a case, no, I want to do more, please. I think we could have fun. And I've heard back from a couple of people who've shown it to their children. Mm-hmm. And their kids adore it. It's Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
The jokes are appalling. There's lots of tinned laughter. Yes, we run past the same piece of scenery. All that sort of stuff. And it's great. Everybody else is American, except for Doctor Who, who's an American's idea of what a posh British person would sound like. And, a Jersey woman's opinion of what an American person's opinion of. So, and I just found him. I feel like I've had him snatched away now, which is a shame. I even got my own title sequence. It's cool. With the Jeff Love theme speeded up. It's wonderful. I love it.
You've always wanted a title.
I'm
sequence of
Doctor
your very
Who.
own.
Oh dear. How apt. After all this time playing Hartnell, I end up playing the First Doctor, but in a one-shot cartoon. And it's not Hartnell. Because it isn't. It's not Hartnell at all. It's more like Peter Cushing, if anything else. But
Well, eventually,
it's not an impersonation. It's my own thing. Sorry, Brian.
Eventually, you'll get it back.
Get what back, my love?
A new cartoon. You can always go back and read and do another Hanna-Barbera Doctor.
Oh, I see what you mean. No. I just do a voice. It's Graham who has to do the animation, and Vorp don't want to do another one because, as far as they're concerned, it's move forward. Always moving forward, come up with something fresh, which is fine by me. But it would be lovely if we could do another one. I'm hoping, because I know Russell... Hi, Russell. I know Russell T. Davies gets a copy of Warp sent to him, a freebie. I'm hoping he'll see that and commission it for Disney.
And go, what a jolly good idea.
Hooray! How marvellous. It would be...
And then they'll get Keith David to do the voice.
Yeah, I know. I will be so fucked off. You have no idea how fucked off I would be. I've worked. I've developed a character for him. This bloody cartoon, which is not the Hartnell's Doctor. It's not Cushing's Doctor. And to be honest with you, it's a cartoon. There isn't anywhere really to get any depth from it. But I've worked the voice out, and I can't use it now. Frustrations of a voice actor. What were we talking about? Anyone?
The cartoon.
The cartoon.
Oh, yes, we're talking about Vorp Vorp. That's right. So, vorpvorp.co.uk. Was it vorp.co.uk? Okay, it's one or the other. But you can order issues there, including back issues. Thoroughly recommended. If you're younger, you might want to order the earlier issues because the typeset is incredibly small and your eyesight's probably better for it. One of the things I'm very grateful about issue 6, I can read it. A lot of them have got freebies as well. Audio CDs. And as this is the first DVD. I still haven't watched it all. I've still got to watch the Hartnell's introduction to Doctor Who from Radio 4 or whatever it was, the Light programme or whatever, home service. And I've still got to watch the Waris Hussein interview, which is about 90 minutes long. It goes, dear God.
That's a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how much of the Doctor Who stuff will there be, and how much will you have to skip for everything else?
Well, but everything else might be quite interesting.
Oh, I'm sure it will be. I mean, he's a very well-known director. Rightly so. I mean, even that very first story, An Unearthly Child and the Tribe of Gum, he's doing stuff there in a multi-camera studio.
I'm sorry, what?
Shouldn't have been done.
The what? I don't know these stories you're talking about because they're not on BBC iPlayer.
Oh, shit. We're going to get sued, aren't we, for talking about An Unearthly Child? Bring it on, Coburn.
It's good for him to want things that he isn't going to get at Bill's character.
Oh, that's someone I'd like to take down a peg or two. That really is someone I'd like to take down a peg or two. Publicly. Legally. He's a mad
I've
twat.
set off her vengeance switch.
He's a mad twat. I'm sorry, but he is. Apologies for the language. So, what did I say? Underworld.
Yep, I should probably write this down because I won't remember later.
Did I say Underworld or the Sunmakers?
Underworld.
Oh, I meant the Sunmakers, but we'll do Underworld. What the hell, why not? I quite fancy seeing
Well,
that
Underworld is before the Sunmakers, so
again. Yeah, no, I quite fancy seeing that. So I don't think it is actually. Sunmakers comes first.
And then Big Finish is War Doctor Begins.
Yeah.
Right?
yep.
Next episode of Kolchak, which is Brian.
Oh, something.
Good.
It is The Legacy of Terror.
Legacy of Terror. Okay. And we were looking at Hitchhikers, but you don't want to look at Hitchhikers. So we've got to come up with something else.
No, go ahead. Look at Hitchhikers.
I like to try and keep your interest in the show when you're doing it. It's difficult, but I like to try to. I'll ask Jess to remove most monitors.
No, it's not happening.
Next Saturday, 8 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Providing we're all here. It's the RPG, Savage Worlds Rifts RPG.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Holidays.
And we'll be back in 2 weeks' time. And then 2 weeks after that, we'll be doing the Quatermass. Quatermass 2.
Quatermass.
Quatermass 2.
Quatermass.
Right. I think that's everything. I don't know. I can't remember anymore. Leave me alone. Oh, dear. Thank you, everyone. Yes. Hang on. I clicked that a little bit too soon. Yeah. I just want to say goodbye. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
That.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.
Cheshire Cat, Captain Yates. Cheshire Cat. Happy New Goat. Oh, it's the old one.